There are two types of jargon at work, and one represents like a very niche expertise, and another is so broad it's useless. Because when you tell me that you had a coworker that you had no idea what their conversations were about, that tells me that either she was so niche and it was in a very specific industry that you weren't in, or they were just saying word salad. And what's really interesting to me as someone who researches the unwritten rules of work, including the unwritten rule of indirect communication, is a lot of people use the word salad and think it makes them sound smart. And it has mixed results because some people do buy into it, especially if they have power. In my experience, neurodivergence and people from working class are like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. But there is the other part of that, which is like, engineering jargon, medical jargon. When I speak psychometric jargon, right, somebody who's not a psychometrician, they might even be a psychologist, but not a psychometrician, might be like, what are you talking about? And that is something I have to be mindful while I'm writing my book on the unwritten rules of work. I'm not writing this just for other IO psychologists. I need to be specific and clear. If you've read my free book chapter that I released a couple weeks ago, you know that I start the chapter with an example of the expert jargon and how that has been a problem in organizations. Because if you're very smart but you don't know how to communicate, your ideas aren't going to be implemented. But then I also give an example of another company who used it to be shady and screwed over their customers worldwide. Check it out, it's linked in my bio, and let me know what you think. Before we wrap up, if any of this resonates with you and you're ready to see how it can be integrated into your work life, you can book with me on my website. If you're not sure where to get started, the first 20 minutes are free, and that's the white button above me. And if you're ready to dive into coaching, click the purple one on the top. I'll put the links in the description of this video.